You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey there, Days of Our Lives fans. It's Belinda from Soap Dirt, and I've got your 2-week spoilers from Monday, March 11th, all the way through Friday, March 22nd. So much to talk about. We've got miracles, murderers on the loose, madness, mayhem, all the good stuff that we love on the NBC soap. If you haven't, please reach down. Click subscribe so you don't miss any of our updates. Now let's dive right in. Monday, March 11th. We've got Rafe, Jada, and Harris discussing Officer Goldman. They do not understand why she is working with Clyde. Well, maybe when they catch up to Ava, she will tell them what Goldman told her on Friday, and that she's very fond of his man bits. Whew. All right. She just likes that granddaddy action. I know that's what it is. John, Steve, and Ava work together to find Tripp and Wendy, and they do find them, but it looks bad. They look pretty well dead. Holly cannot believe her eyes. Tate Black knocks on her bedroom window and hops inside and gives her a big ol' hug. And Paulina and Abe get an angelic visit. And it looks like the heavenly specter is none other than his dead wife, Lexie Carver, there to deliver a couple of miracles. Paulina is saved, and I don't know if it's an after effect or if it's direct from Lexie, but Abe's memories are back. Thankfully, this pointless amnesia story that's gone on way too long is over and done. Tuesday, March 12th, we have got John, Steve, and Ava trying to revive Tripp and Wendy. John is doing CPR on Wendy, and Steve Johnson is doing rescue breathing on Tripp. Ava is freaking out. She's not really helping other than just panicking. And Rafe and Harris show up there as this is all underway. Something is going on with Harris. Something happens to him. I don't know if he shouldn't even be out of the hospital at this point. So clearly he's going to have some sort of collapse or something because Ava offers to take care of him. I don't know if he collapses in the tank or later, but Ava's there for him. Brady Black corrals Sarah Horton. He's got some questions for her about what happens when people wake up from comas, and are they likely to forget things like, being given drugs by someone like, I don't know, his son. Clearly, he doesn't like this whole thing where Nicole's like, oh, we just have to wait. We have to worry about Holly. And it's like, well, he's worried about his kid too. Tate and Holly are enjoying their little reunion. They're hugging, they're kissing, and guess who walks in? Of course, it's EJ and Nicole, and EJ is going to lose it, and I'm sure Nicole is too initially, because those two have, for no reason that I can discern, decided that Tate was roofing her with the intent to do bad things. They've gone from jumping to him giving her drugs to them basically him wanting to date rape her. No evidence, and in fact, EJ knows from Rafe that Holly was doing drugs already, that she was drinking underage and smoking weed. Nicole knows about the underage drinking, but these two brainiacs have decided that Tate is the bad influence. Of course they have. Wednesday, March 13th, Wendy talks to Tripp about their last moments before they died. And it sounds from the spoiler like she might not remember that they did their little wedding ceremony, but then something else I read sounds like she does remember it. But this definitely has them thinking about next steps in their relationship and what they're ready for, because I think things coalesce for you when you have a life or death crisis and you decide, what am I going to do with the time I have left? Because it's not usually as long as you think, right? We have Steve Johnson very upset that Clyde Weston got loose while he was, dealing with him. And Chanel and Johnny are ready to take a honeymoon, but they're going to keep it local. They're going to go up to the Horton cabin because Sarah offered it to them. And Eli and Lonnie looks like they're making plans to leave Salem because Eli got a job offer in Washington, D.C. But that's all right. Things are looking up for the family. Paulina has some new cardiology tests, and it looks like a miracle cure. looks like that's what they got from Lexie. Thursday, March 14th, we've got Maggie getting closer to creepy Constantine Melionis, and John and Marlena spend time with Roman and Eric at the pub, and they talk about baby Jude Brady's upcoming christening. We've got Harris waking up surprised to find it's Ava tending to him and making sure he's okay. And John and Steve talk with Ava. They are all very upset about Clyde's escape and that he got away from all of them. They are all very angry, but I don't feel like Clyde is really gone for good, so maybe they'll have a chance to get back at him. Friday, March 15th, we've got Steve telling Marlena about way back in the day with John as the pawn in Aria, and Marlena wants to know if John killed that woman. And of course, I don't think she knows that woman was Katerina Melionis. And John overhears them. He looks pained and unhappy, and he eventually walks in, and it looks like he is a little upset about the conversation. That same day, Constantine tells John about people he killed in Aria. He is trying to trigger John and get him all worked up. And Harris confronts EJ. He wants to know where Stefan Tamara has run to because he wants to arrest him for attempted murder. And that same day, we have EJ calling the cops on Tate to have him rearrested, even though Holly is begging him to stop. And Nicole is on Holly's side in this. EJ is not going to listen. Brady and Teresa are furious that Tate left the halfway house and went and climbed into the Tamara mansion and is now probably facing some additional charges, and they chew him a new one. All right, the week of March 18th through the 22nd, we do have Stefan Tamara on the run. And the question is he at the Horton cabin? Is Johnny going to find his Uncle Stefan there interrupting their honeymoon? We have to wonder about that. Tate is rearrested, but we've got pressure being applied to EJ from a lot of corners. First, there's Sloan, who's trying to get him kicked off the case. Holly is furious at her stepdad and is very insistent that Tate did not drug her. But remember, Holly told Nicole that, and Nicole wouldn't believe it because Nicole wasn't going to believe it until she found out who alternately drugged her daughter, right? She wants a name, and Holly remembers everything, but she doesn't want to get her own little butt in trouble like the bratty teenager that she is. But she is going to have to come totally clean to get those charges against Tate dropped, and I'm confident that she will. But EJ is going to come out of this looking like a butthole. That's just my opinion. Xander is going to be relieved. Charges against him are going to be dropped. Finally, Harris is running around with his memories intact, but hasn't bothered to tell anybody, oh, by the way, Xander didn't shoot me. That's just rude. That's not cool. That's not being a good cop. Marlena is going to try and dig John's old pawn memories out of his brain so he can get answers. And it looks like Eli and Lonnie are about to be gone, probably not for good, but gone for now. And it is time for baby Jude's christening, and big things are going to happen there. All right, that is everything I have for you for these 2 weeks. Please click subscribe if you haven't already. Definitely drop your comments so I know what you're thinking or what you are excited about, so I know what you want me to do videos on. We're here talking days, 7 days a week, so definitely come back soon. And as always, it's Belinda from Soap Dirt.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.